Hello there everyone, I'm Brooks Gibbs, and this is another little lesson of life. I truly hope that you're enjoying the lessons that I've been sharing with you. I know I'm enjoying sharing them. I love telling stories. The emotions that come with these stories truly are something that I hope you feel, because it's the emotions that touch your heart, that get you to think, wow, what is it that I get to do in changing my thoughts and my actions to create a new experience? And oftentimes it's that little story that you relate to that goes, yeah, I get that. Well, today, I'm really excited to share an experience that I had a little while ago with painting. You're saying, painting? What in the heck does painting have to do with teaching a lesson in life? Well, I would have said the same thing, except for it was amazing what it taught me when I went. Now, I am not an artist or a painter. I've never done that before. However, my wife and I went on a date. And the date we went on was a date night paint night. Now, on this date night paint night, you show up at this place and they have some artists there, and they have sitting on tables easels and paints, and they have some pictures as you walk in that you look at. And you go, you're going to be painting this night. And I look at that and went, yeah. Have you seen anything that I've done? It kind of looks like the little stick figures and the paint that you did in kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, you used to take your dad's shirt to school and put it on backwards so that you could paint and not hit the paint all over you. And then you'd take this picture home to your parents all proud. Look what I've got. And they'd look at it and go, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And a week later, it was kind of in the trash because it really wasn't that amazing. That's the kind of painter that I felt like I was. Anyway, we go into this class and they started teaching some things. I went, oh my gosh, there's some cool principles here. I want to start the foundation of this story around some concepts that I think each of us have. And they're concepts of life. And that we think perfection. Wow, perfection. What is perfection? It means that there's nothing wrong. Everything is perfectly in place. There's nothing out of place. There's nothing to contrast and make it different. It's perfect. I want to show you the perfect piece of art. Are you good with that? Do you want to see the perfect piece of art? Because I've got it right here. And I know you will agree with me that this truly is an amazing piece of art. And it's perfect in every way. Do you want to see it? All right. I'm not going to hold the suspense anymore. I want you guys, oh man, this really is beautiful. I mean, it is amazing. I want you to look at the perfection that exists in this piece of art. Wow. Nothing is out of place. Nothing is incorrect. Everything is all perfect. Isn't that amazing? Don't you love that piece of art? There's nothing that's wrong with it. You're looking at it going, boy, you're seeing something that I don't see, Brooks. And you know what? You're absolutely right. I see something that is perfectly white. And yet, in that perfection of white, with no contrast, no color, no difference, there's nothing to give it dimension, to give it depth, to give it perception, to make it stand out, to be unique. You see, perfection isn't about being like everything else. Perfection is being the fullness of your uniqueness. Perfection is a journey of learning and understanding. So, this is not the perfect piece of art. So I want to show you what I created. And I'm not doing this to boast, but it was amazing. And I'm going to show this so that you begin to see a little bit about what art and that does and has with life. Here is a winter scene. Now you'll notice that we've got the snowfield, we've got the trees, and in the background we've got the hazy sky with the storm that's over it. I got to say, I had no idea that I'd be able to paint something like that. And really, I don't think I could do it again. But I learned some amazing lessons about painting that are just real about life. One of the first things I learned is when we started with this, we started with the background. You'll notice all of these greens and the blues and stuff. We created a background, something that would give depth to the things that we would pull in the foreground. So these blue hues, the green skies, all give depth to the trees and the grass and to the foreground of this snow, which makes it have depth and dimension. I didn't know that before. Now I do. Then we took and began to create the trees by dabbing my paintbrush into the black and taking a stroke up and over to the side. I created a huge contrast, a contrast to that background that made this tree stand out. Now there was something there. I could see it. I could visualize. I knew it. There was something that was there. And yet it was just black and stark. So then I was told to take just a touch of white and just give a light stroke up the side, because the light coming from this side would give that light, which would give dimension and roundness and shape to the tree. And then to take the white and put just a little fleck of white in the branch where the snow might reside, to give it again some more depth and dimension. To take some dark green and black and give the flecks up to make the grass. To take some white and blue and wash in to make the snow. Well, what does all of this have to do in a lesson of life? Well, what I want to share with you is the journey of life is like a painting. When you first begin your journey, your canvas is empty. It's perfectly white. And then you go through the experience of life, your younger life, where you're given a background. The relationships that you've had with family, friends, school, things when you didn't really understand anything, but they don't give a lot of dimension. They just give depth. That's your background. It's what everything you're going to choose to do in your life is going to place against. It frames what you think, who you are, and what's valuable. So look at the background of your life, your relationships with family, friends, school, and recognize what that background sets up. And realize that you begin to then put in the foreground with every choice and action that you make what is going to stand out against that background. And your thoughts are the pigments of color, and your brush are the actions that you take. When you take that brush and you put it into a pigment of color and you pull it up and you paint a stroke on that canvas, you're consciously choosing to have something show up. Now, sometimes things will show up in there that are dark. Now, dark doesn't mean that it's necessarily wrong, bad, incorrect. It's just a contrast. You'll find that in your life, you're going to have those moments of darkness. Things that have happened, whether you chose them or they happened to you, there are moments of darkness that show up as very stark contrast in your life. And if you're focused on just that darkness, it can be overwhelming. What I've discovered is whenever you're in that darkness, there is always a light to contrast that. And just like in here, where we've got the light of the snow and the tree and the snowflakes coming through this, there's always a light. And whenever you're in a dark moment in your life, don't focus on the darkness. But the darkness is there to give you a key focus on the light. The light. And the darkness makes it shine forth in power so that you can see it and follow it. And the color that you put and you place throughout your life, the relationships that you choose to have, the experiences that you choose into and that you follow through with, all of those are the strokes that you are making in your portrait of your picture of your life. And at the end of your life, you're going to look at it and it's going to be beautiful because of all of the unique experiences that you've been through. And those experiences give to you and your life depth, dimension, experience, and the ability to appreciate life and to appreciate both those things that are easy and those things that are difficult, because both of them shape and create that perfect yet unique piece of art that is you. My name is Brooks Gibbs. I love sharing lessons of life. Today's lesson was about the perfect piece of art. Think about that. Are you looking at the perfect piece of art as a white canvas with no contrast? Meaning your life being perfect with no challenges, no problems, no triumphs, no excitement, nothing to give contrast in life? If so, you're missing out on the beauty of life, because the beauty of life is in the contrast. The beauty of life is in all of the colors and all of the experiences and all of the things that you go through. My hope, my desire, and my wish for you is that you will look at all the experiences that you have and recognize that they are creating the most perfect piece of art, and that's you. And that you are the only piece of art that looks like you, that will be like you, that will think like you. And that makes you perfect as you see it, as you behold it, and as you appreciate it. Take that on. Find joy in the adventures of life and realize each choice you make is a brushstroke on your painting of life. I'm Brooks Gibbs. I share this with you and hope that you find joy in your life and recognizing perfection is in the experience.